Good morning, everyone. How are you today? It's me, Shane Lee. Now, today I want to talk to you about tattoos, right? Things like that, right? Now, there's a good way to get a tattoo, like of a rose or an animal you see in nature or something like that, as long as you're not, doing anything actually to promote an evil organization. Let's say, like, you're doing it for the dead, like Moses talked about in Israel, right? Or for an organization that's a criminal organization, like, for example, the Yakuza or something. Now, I don't judge anyone who has a tattoo, right? Not even the Yakuza, right? But there's a difference between the Yakuza and, say, getting a tattoo of a flower on your body, right? Now, the Yakuza forced their members to get the tattoo, right? To be part of the gang, right? Well, that's the difference of what Moses probably really means about a marking on your body, right? Or a tattoo, right? Now, my job isn't to tell you what to do. No one can, right? My job is to guide you through this world as a guide. As the Spirit is showing me things, I try to show it to you too. That's all. I'm just being a witness for it and the things I've seen in nature, including hermaphrodites of earthworms and snails. And there are also hermaphrodites in human beings, right? That means what? Hermaphrodites are a part of nature, whether you like it or not, right? Now, again, a human hermaphrodite can reproduce with itself because sperm, even outside the body, is viable for up to 24 to 48 to no longer than 72 hours, right? Now, a hermaphrodite would have to ejaculate on its belly and then put the sperm in its vagina to get pregnant, right? Now, an earthworm, for example, can have sex with itself, but a snail can have, with another earthworm, right? But a snail can have sex with itself, right? And that's what's different about it. It can reproduce with another snail too, but if it has to in an unclean environment or in a clean environment, it can reproduce with itself, right? This is called self-fertilization, right? Now, that's why you see it in nature too. Now, yes, it's not normally in vertebrates, but invertebrates, right? I admit that, right? But if it's in invertebrates, it can also be in vertebrates as well. Now, the thing is, we don't really look for it in other species either. Though certain animals, like a lizard, for example, now, certain lizards, like the alligator or the crocodile, may mate, or even the dinosaurs or whatever, right? But other lizards, like a certain lizard here in America, I'm not sure what it's called, but this lizard is only female, and it does not need a male to give birth to the other female it gives birth to, right? It's sort of a self-contained lizard, right? It's both mother and father to its offspring at the same time, right? And it only produces a female. Now, when you're in your mother's womb, right, up to the 3rd month, you're sort of more feminine than masculine, right? And what that means is where your privates are, there's just a little slit there at first, right? And it's neither a full vagina nor a penis, right? But with your hormones, right, and if you have ovotestes or ovaries and testes, this is where your sex glands start kicking in, and then you become male, female, or true hermaphrodite. And that's the point there too, right? You cannot help the way you're born. But doctors today are lying to you about it not being a part of nature. It is. They don't even look for it in other vertebrates because I guess that would embarrass them more or something. I don't know. What they're doing is cutting off the penises if you're a true hermaphrodite or intersex, right? Or remolding it as best they can. Now, if you don't have testicles underneath your penis, and you have a penis, but somewhat large, you could be a true hermaphrodite, right? And if you have a vagina, but your body doesn't menstruate or something like that, you also could be intersex. There are certain ways to know what you are, if you are one. Like, for instance, ovotestes in within a female can make the female not menstruate, right? Because she doesn't have the womb or the fallopian tubes to produce a monthly cycle, right? Now, a true hermaphrodite, if they have both ovaries and testes in the normal location, except the testes never descend into the scrotum, because they don't have a scrotum, instead they have a vagina, right? These are the easiest to manipulate that they're female, too. So you can just cut the penis off and there's no way to know it was both genders either. Now, that's why when I saw the hermaphrodite in the porn mag that offered different videos for different types of sexual activity, I saw the penis erect and the vagina under the penis but no testicles, right? So it was a true hermaphrodite. It could have sex with both organs, right? And its penis was about 7 to 8 inches, right? Right. And that's what I mean about Satan being a serpent to Eve. In what area? The penis area, right? Meaning it was longer than 12 to 14 inches, right? Somewhere in there, right? And if Eve had sex with Adam, of course, that's why its penis tempted her more so than Adam's, say. She looked at the fruit and saw it was good for food, you know what I mean? To feed her a child, right? Like Adam had already impregnated her himself. Now, this was not during their normal mating season either. Now, most animals in nature, including us in the beginning, would mate not 24/7 or have sex as often as they could. We used to have a natural ability to know when to reproduce and when not to reproduce. Now we just fuck worse than rabbits. But even the rabbits probably at one time had that same oneness with nature. But we lost that oneness with nature when we violated the law and slept with the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Eve using the serpent to confuse her over what that tree actually was, and instead of eating of a fruit tree, actually eating of the fruit of the body of the angel Lucifer. That's what they don't want to consider. And I'm forced to show them again and again and again until they get it and understand what I mean, right? They just refuse to hear it. That's how I started trying to share it with you, right? Maybe before now too, I don't know. Now, what I mean by that is I'm talking about a form of reincarnation where we've been on this planet for millions of years, according to scientists and naturalists, right? Well, that's true. How many times have we been through this process of, starting from scratch, then building up to a certain knowledge, and then blowing each other to hell, right? Maybe a lot? I don't know. By now. Because, every civilization seems to be similar to each other every time we're capable of destroying ourselves. Could that explain why the dinosaurs, the size of the meteor that struck them, would have to be large enough to wipe them totally out? Now, who would see the dinosaurs as a threat at that time? Us? Or God and the angels in heaven, right? Us. And wipe them out with nuclear war. Us. And of course we know, or thought we could survive it too, vainly. And that's why we destroyed our own planet, right? And that's proof. They figured if they blew it up near the Yucatan Peninsula, no one could prove it either in the future, right? Does that not make a little bit more sense than a comet or an asteroid striking the Earth, right? Now, we did see one recently strike Jupiter, but the size of it was mammoth, right? Compared to what hit the Yucatan Peninsula, right? And again, we come to the same conclusion every time. Within 12 to 50,000 years of human history, we develop the same technology every time, right? Then someone gets in charge, and if God keeps redoing the same genetic material, it also produces the same genetic offspring, right? Every time. Is this the billionth time we've been through this? Right? And we just keep repeating the pattern. And see, God could roll the earth back to the original position it was in Eden, every time, right? And recreate it and terraform the earth again and produce Satan in heaven and Adam and Eve again on earth and let it go over again and again. Are we going to stop the cycle this time? That's all I can say, probably every time. And this is looking to be a pattern in the earth of us developing so much technology because of everything created in the earth within the last 50,000 years and destroying it, right? Within 12 to so long after our societies emerged from the age of the dinosaurs. I don't know how it all works, right? But say, if I'm right and the earliest human civilization dates back 12,000 years, currently, on this reincarnation of the earth, the whole planet, then what would happen genetically every time if God uses the same genetic marker, every time he gives Adam and Eve the same chance to not eat the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, and we do it again and again and again? You would what? Produce the same offspring again and again and again. The exact same offspring. Some of us sort of get it, some of us don't. Some of us sort of understand it, but some of us won't commit to it, right? Different things like that, right? We have a form of godliness, but deny the power thereof. God's power is that he created us all from one source parents, and allowed an angel to rebel from it to introduce its offspring into the earth and things of that nature. We don't want to consider that, right? Or have I considered it before? And I'm the only one to see it all. That's a suggestion. Again, maybe for the billionth time. There's no way to prove it, right? Right. Except with the dinosaurs. Something happened to blow them off the planet shortly after they were formed by God as well. Now, there's a picture of the photo of a foot of a man by a dinosaur. You think that's odd, don't you? If we never lived with them. So do I keep pointing this out every time, right? Since we destroyed them too. See what I mean? I see what you won't see. I tell you what you don't want to hear, right? Every time. I'm the true witness for God, right? I refuse to lie with you or side with you. Any of you, really. I try to remain apart from you, right? And not force you to follow me, but I have to give you the choice. Because of what? Free will. It's a bitch. And they can roll it all the way back to the beginning and start all over again. It's up to you this time. Still, have a nice day. Bye-bye.